afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our annual Volunteer Appreciation Awards. Now, this year, because of COVID, we've had to approach things a little bit differently. Normally, we would have everybody in-house and we'd have our dinner and have a nice chance to gather and chat and everything. But since we're not able to this year, we thought we would try something a little bit different. Now, as everyone knows, volunteers are the backbone of our organization, just as they are in so many other organizations. We are very lucky to have such wonderful volunteers, and we try to say thank you, but no matter how many times we say thank you, it never seems to be enough. With it being Volunteer Week across Canada from April 18th to 24th, we have a message from Lieutenant Governor Janice Filmon. She says, as we celebrate Volunteer Week across Canada, April 18th to 24th, along with the 20th anniversary of the International Year of the Volunteer, I am grateful for and proud of the thousands of Manitobans who enrich life in our province every day. I am pleased to join with my Canadian Vice-Regal colleagues and Territorial Commissioners in issuing the following joint statement in celebration of Canada's most precious resource. Volunteers are the gold of this earth, and Canada's Lieutenant Governors and Territorial Commissioners are marking the 20th anniversary of the United Nations International Year of Volunteers by saluting the millions of Canadian volunteers who bring life and energy to our country. The theme of the 20th anniversary, Our Past, Our Future, recognizes the growth and development of the volunteer sector and sets the tone for imagining and creating opportunities for the next 20 years and beyond. Those who volunteer willingly give their time and energy, choosing this way to serve their communities. Volunteers provide leadership, creativity, and enthusiasm by saying yes to finding solutions. The simple word, yes, creates a world of possibilities. This affirmation enables tens of thousands of projects and organizations to enhance life in Canada. It opens the doors for millions of personal encounters that add joy and encouragement to Canadians. It creates opportunities for volunteers themselves to enjoy learning, growing, and feeling deep satisfaction. In these unprecedented times, we continue to be amazed by the resilience of Canadians, responding with humanity, hope, and determination to great challenges through volunteer organizations and countless personal acts of caring and giving. For all the things we know they have done, we are aware that there is just as many acts of kindness that we don't know about. During National Volunteer Week, April 18th to 24, we extend our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of all Canadians to our volunteers for their commitments to our communities and our country. Bravo. Thank you, Janice. Many of our volunteers are not aware of the fact that we receive our funding based on the number of statistics, and included in that is the number of volunteers and the volunteer hours that we track. That is why it is important to us when you check in at the front desk that you indicate volunteering, and if you are off-site, to let us know by email, text message, or phone call so we are able to track those hours as well. With having to have our board meetings via Zoom, we've had to add in the volunteer hours after for our board members. Volunteering for the center, even if off-site, counts. Now, it was interesting to note that in 2019 to 2020, we had 7,410 volunteer hours. At minimum wage, that would have been $88,179. For this past year with COVID, that prevented us from doing a lot of the things that we normally do, but we still logged 3,992 volunteer hours, which would equate to about $47,580. We never question the value of our volunteers. Noah's Ark was built by volunteers, and the Titanic was built by professionals. So here's to our volunteers who believe in all work and no pay. Now, we have a list of the volunteers displayed here behind me. And so if you do not believe that one person can make a difference, there's a quote by Anita Roddick: if you don't believe that one person can make a difference, you've never been in bed with a mosquito. Now, we have had a bunch of volunteers that have had more than 100 hours here with us. So we would like to give special recognition to those volunteers. First up is Pat Hillier, and she has volunteered for 100 hours. say thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to volunteer at the Herman Pryor Center, and it's a great place to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we also have a few little kind of special awards as well. For example, we have the Early Bird Award, and this is for the volunteer who's always the first in line to help out, and that award would go to Heather Steigler. Now the next person that got 100 hours or more would be Bob Jones. And here comes Bob. Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to volunteer here at the Herman Pryor Center.
Some people dream of worthy accomplishments while others stay awake and do them. With that in mind, here's another special volunteer who has put in lots of hours. Now, these are only the hours that we have logged for this person, and I know that she has put way more hours than that in here, and that is Barb Cavers. Barb is our treasurer of our board, and she has, that we have logged, has put in 107.5 hours. Thank you very much, Barb.
Thank you, Barb.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Give me back the flowers. They're not yours to keep. Now, another special award that we have while we wait for the next volunteer is the volunteer who has touched the most piece of cutlery award. And that one goes to our very own Manita Bradford. Manita also gets the award for the volunteer who has talked to every single member, because she is our one whose voice you hear on the phone for your birthday. So next up is our volunteer. She is our secretary, and again, she's another one who doesn't log all of her hours because she's always thinking of things and working on projects and stuff, and that is our secretary, Yvette Cuthbert. Now notice Yvette's mask, she painted that herself.
So I would look foxy.
Thank you very much, Yvette. Thank you. And so our other special volunteer award that we have is the volunteer who has told the most people that Chris and or Kathy are out to lunch is Lynn Payette. Then, working up our hours, the next volunteer is Diane Davidson. Diane helps us in the kitchen an awful lot, and she's a very handy volunteer. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
Diane has had 112 volunteer hours with us this past year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane. And so in terms of the most times a person has been here, it's an inside joke that a lot of people don't know that we have an upstairs part to the Herman Pryor. And we used to joke with some of our morning coffee group that that was an apartment, that we were going to break it up into apartment space. And so the volunteer that wins the award for the most eligible for the upstairs apartment rental goes to Barb Cavers. Now, the next award for hours is Cindy White, and she works at our front desk, and Cindy has logged 182.5 volunteer hours with us. Come on up, Cindy.
Well, I'm kind of shy. That's why my face is hidden.
Thank you very much, Cindy. We appreciate what you do, even with your shyness.
Thank you.
And this next award goes to our most organized volunteer, and she's also the next one that's going to be coming up. She has logged 142 volunteer hours, and that's Janet Martin. Now, many of you also will see some of her beautiful decorating skills. I wanted to say she was the most decorated, but you know, that's kind of like a veterans award and stuff like that. So Janet is, again, one of our volunteers But we appreciate all of our volunteers so much. But
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
thank you, Janet, for all you do. Okay, while Janet is leaving the stage, we have an award for the volunteer who has touched every inch of our auditorium. Now, I don't know if you could guess who that is, but that would be Yvette Cuthbert. Many of you don't know that she painted all of that beautiful block kind of display stuff on our walls of our auditorium, as well as she painted our pickleball and shuffleboard courts on the floor. The next volunteer that we're giving an award to is Carolyn Ray. She has logged 189.6 volunteer hours with us. And Carolyn, thank you so much. We appreciate all your help in the kitchen.
Okay, you're very welcome and thank you.
Oh, dear. Now, this next award is for the person that's going to be coming up. It is for Joni Spruitt, and she has logged 253 hours. And Joni gets also a special award called the Fresh Air Award, and that is because she always says it like it is. Okay, here comes Joni. Thank you very much, Joni.
Thank you.
Now I know Joni is going to say, you didn't need to waste flowers on me.
Yeah, whatever. Thank you.
Thanks, Joni. Okay, and now we're getting up to our top 3 awards. So while we're waiting for La Troisième Étoile, the 3rd star for you hockey fans, while we're waiting for Donna Leonard to come up, I want to say that we have the volunteer who gets the Reporter of the Year award would go, for sifting through our garbage, would go to Bruce Allen. Bruce does our recycling for us every week, and we can't thank him enough for that. Okay, come on up, Donna. Donna, the 3rd star, and Donna logged 302.5 hours.
Wow, I spend that much time here? Well, that's good. I have fun. Thank you very much.
Okay, and so while we're waiting for our 2nd star, La Deuxième Étoile, I have another special award that goes to Bryce Chartrand. Now, Bryce Chartrand is the fellow who makes sushi in our back kitchen and rents that space from us, but he also volunteers with us, and he gets a lollipop award. And that's because he's sweet and he takes a licking but keeps on ticking. So this is for Bryce Chartrand. Now, our 2nd star, La Deuxième Étoile, don't you love my French, is Patty Hilliard. Now, Patty has logged 365 hours with us. There you go, Patty.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Patty is on our board. She is one of our board members, and we can't thank her enough for that, as well as all of her help at the front desk.
You're welcome. I enjoy my time here.
Okay, and now I know that you guys are probably all wondering who is our volunteer with the most hours. La Première Étoile, the 1st star, the shining star. Well, our shining star, 1st star, has been on the board for, well, ever since I've been here, and she not only volunteers here, she volunteers at the Legion as well, and she's just one of those ones you can call at the last minute and she's there for you. And that is Lynn Payette, and she has had 399 hours.
Wow, that's a lot of time. I might be in running for that apartment upstairs.
I think so, I think so. And so I'll leave you guys with the words of the Chinese proverb that those who say it cannot be done should not interrupt the person that is doing that. So I'm going to step down off the stage right now and let our volunteer coordinator say a few words.
Hi, everybody. I just would like to thank everyone, which we do all the time, but we truly, truly do mean it from the bottom of our hearts, for all the work that you guys all do at the center here. Without you, I would be, Chris and I and Christopher, Louis, we would all go crazy in here trying to get everything done. But with the help of all of you volunteers and the flexibility that you guys have is so much appreciated. There's so many times I've had to call volunteers at the very last minute, and to those of you that are always willing to jump in and come in at the last minute, thank you so much for that. And just all the volunteers in general, it is from the bottom of our hearts that we thank you all so very much, okay? And now I think we have a few words coming up here from the board chair of the Herman Pryor Activity Center. So let's welcome Edith Purdy-Everett.
Hello, everyone. I would just like to say that volunteers are a special kind of donor. People that donate their time are just as valuable as those that donate money, and we just cannot say thank you enough to all of our volunteers. And we hope you're enjoying your dinner and your special treat that we sent along, and the beautiful handmade cards that Chris and Kathy made. And again, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts.